the foolishness and paranoia of accumulating material goods. Welcome to our channel that compares themes from the Gospel and Franciscan Sources. Today we talk about the Franciscan view of material goods, considered by the founders to be a kind of madness, heralding its opposite, the stripping and poverty of all. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website duvi.art. Luke 12 verses 13 to 21. Foolish unpreparedness and free choice, so as not to be stripped of everything in the end. Luke introduces the Gospel passage with an episode that exposes the perverse conflict that explodes in families when dividing an inheritance. The legacy itself sometimes becomes a trap. Should be divided, and instead it is itself that divides. Greed is always a source of conflict, and it makes you forget God. It deceives us with the paranoid thought of the mine. To the point of feigned grandeur, which undermines every form of exchange and friendship. Expelling from the mind the very thought of death. So the Gospel passage takes up the underlying theme again, highlighting the greed of a rich man who is thinking of enlarging his warehouses due to abundant harvests, neglecting all relationships, his own story, and his relationship with God, that accompany us in the afterlife, until we find ourselves completely naked and unprepared, faced with a sudden death. So is the case with those who store up treasures for themselves and are not rich for God. Luke 12 verse 21. Instead of becoming wealthy in heaven, the fool thinks only of accumulating for himself. Francis of Assisi, on the other hand, giving to the poor all that he owned, he set out, giving back to God the little he had, in exchange for the much he would receive. He was in love with Lady Poverty, he had married her and esteemed her, because together with all the virtues chosen by the Son of God, who had nowhere to lay his head, he was so evangelically attracted to it that he felt sorry when he met creatures poorer than himself. The sources say, during a journey, he happened to meet a poor man. Seeing her nakedness, he was saddened to his heart, and said to his companion in a lamenting voice, "This man's poverty has brought us great shame, because we have chosen poverty as our only wealth, and behold, it shines more brightly in him than in us." Sources 11:26. And to Bernard, a citizen of Assisi, who later became his companion in following Christ, he advised to abandon his assets, considered a false fiefdom. But to be sure, when morning came, they entered a church, and after having prayed devoutly, they opened the book of the Gospel, ready to implement the first advice that is offered to them. They opened the book, and Christ manifests his advice with these words: "If you want to be perfect, go, sell what you own and give to the poor." They repeat the gesture, and the step appears. "Do not take anything for the journey." A third time again, and they read, "Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself." Without delay, Bernardo carried out everything and did not omit a single detail. Many others, in a short time, freed themselves from the biting cares of the world. And, under the guidance of Francis, they returned to their true homeland in infinite goodness. But it would take too long to say how each one reached the reward of the divine calling. Sources 601. Clare herself had asked for and obtained from Pope Gregory IX the privilege of poverty, the 17th of September 1228, in written form. Document, which assured the poor sisters of Saint Damien the right to live without any property in this world, following in the footsteps of he who, for us, became poor, and the way, the truth and the life. In the same rule, regarding those who wanted to enter the monastery to follow Christ, Clare says, "And if she is suitable, let the words of the Holy Gospel be told to her, that she go and sell all his possessions, and try to distribute them to the poor. If it cannot do this, goodwill is enough for it." Sources 2757. And in the first letter to Blessed Agnes of Prague, his spiritual daughter, Saint Clare writes, "O blessed poverty! May you provide eternal riches for those who love and embrace you. O holy poverty! To those who possess you and desire you, God promises the kingdom of heaven, and infallibly offers eternal glory and blessed life. O pious poverty! The Lord Jesus Christ deign to embrace you above all else." Sources 2864. Goodbye, then, to overflowing warehouses, so as not to be stripped of everything in the end. Luke 12 verses 13 to 21. Thank you all for your kind attention. Please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a well done to support us. Subscribe, give your precious like, comment, and share with your friends. Thank you, join us and see you soon.